ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more automation. Today we are going to be building what I will consider probably one of my most meh builds. We're going to take a mini truck. In this case I think it's modeled mostly after like an S10. Got late 90s, early 2000s, but mostly late 90s S10. But kind of with some Mazda feel in there, a little bit here and there. We're going to be making this somewhat realistic. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I haven't really played this in a while, and my microphone just decided to start working again, so we're going to run as is. Now, I'm thinking we're going to run a ladder, because why not? Monocoque just doesn't... Actually, you know what? For an S10, a monocoque kind of feels right. I don't know why, but it does. What's the ladder look like in terms of suspension? Yeah. Why not? Run a monocoque because it's a little bit lighter. May as well save a little bit on the weight since we're running full steel. Could run fiberglass. I mean, this thing does need to be safe, but whatever. Now, I am going to run galvanized. What's the difference here anyway? It's corrosion. I'll just run standard steel for chassis material. It doesn't really matter too much. In terms of engine placement, obviously, it's going to be a front longitudinal. Double wishbone up front, and the rear is going to be a solid axle coils. Do I want to run coils? No, let's run a leaf. Leaf system makes more sense. A double wishbone, how much off-road capability? Not much. Maybe McPherson? What's a McPherson look like? So you got the lower control arm, and then just something going straight in. Double wishbone is more realistic. Solid axle is not going to be what I would expect to see. Honestly, probably going to run something that route. Double wishbone just makes more sense. It's not that far off. It should give us just enough height to make it work the way I want it to. In the back, do I really want a solid axle, though? At the end of the day, we're going to have a differential back there regardless. Yeah. Make it somewhat realistic. We'll run double wishbone and solid axle coil, much as you would expect to see back then. Now, in terms of the engine, I do believe we're going to run for a... do I run an inline 4? You know what? We're going to put a 305 in this. Because why not? Actually, you know what? I want to run liter here. 5.3, we'll just make it nice and easy. Make it to 5.3 liter. It's still a 305, but it works. I could go one worse and go with the 4.8 liter V8 that at one point in time existed, or I could go with the 4.3 V6 and make it somewhat realistic, but I've done that too many times. We'll go with the 4.8 light duty. It's going to be a 90, of course, V8. Cast iron block. It's got to be pushrod. That's all there is to it. It has to be pushrod. Aluminum head, because why not? Can't be front wheel drive. Not surprising at all. So we're going for like a 4.8, we said. Let's bring that down a little bit. Bring this up just a tiny bit. Yikes. We're already filling up pretty quick. 4.803. There we go, 4,800, perfect. Kind of an ugly little thing, but who cares? This isn't a streetable version anyway. And we're gonna run fairly standard stuff. Cast iron. What do I want to aim for on this? Probably right around the 250 to 300 horsepower mark. That feels about right. Nothing crazy, just a streetable kind of mini truck, I guess. I don't really know what I want to do with this build, to be honest. We'll run forged. Forged all around, why not? We'll just run a standard heavy duty though, we're not going to run a light duty or anything. And in terms of the pistons, that should be good. Just standard forged, nothing special. We're not going to play with the quality sliders at all. I'll bring the compression down to about 9.3 to 1. Cam profile will drop to 35, should be about what I'm looking for. No turbos on this. Multi-point EFI. Actually, we can get away with a single on this guy. 427 horse would be about perfect in terms of what I'd like to see. So that's what we'll go with. We're going to try to run 95 max. I'm going to kick this up to 13.7 right away. Bring the ignition time up to about 65. Run it a little advanced. No, 60. Run it a little advanced, but not too much. We could probably go up to about 6,500 if I had to guess. Going to run just standard tubular. No longs, no race. Just a standard tubular setup. Dual, of course. We're going to run 2.5 inch. And like I said, somewhat street. Just like that. Right there, we're pushing just under 300 horse as is. And everything is actually right about where it belongs. We have some fuel to use. So let's get on it, shall we? I'd like to hit the 300 horsepower mark. And I want a nice even curve. Right about there. So 295 and 304. No, I want to keep it right about there. Run back to the fuel system. That might be about perfect, actually. Probably, I'll run performance. Like I said, more of a street build. Nothing overly complicated. And I have up to 95 octane. So let's kick this compression up, actually. Ooh, that's going to be too much. 323. Perfect, right there. 13.8, 320, and can I get this? Go up to 7K, why not? Can I get that up just a tiny bit more? Nope, not that way. Okay. So not great fuel efficiency, which isn't all that surprising if I'm being honest. 322, 311, that's pretty solid. The torque really falls off there, but you do have the power. Decent torque all the way through, though. This is going to be a decent little build. Now what we're going to do, we're going to keep the engine in 2020, but we're going to drop the body down. Which actually reminds me, I need to go back here. There we go. Engine's going to stay 2020, like I said. Everything there should be good. How's it sound? It sounds good, I like it. And we'll run this body right here. Kind of like an S10 meets a Mazda. Kind of a neat little truck. I like the idea of it. And we are going to... I can't shrink the bed anymore. Can I bring this back? Yeah, but that's ugly. Could make it a crew cab. I could make it a crew cab. Oh, holy crap, that looks terrible. Do I make it a crew cab, though? Nah, I think we stay with this and make it right about there. Yeah, right there. Get some use out of the bed. That might actually be about the right amount of tire width there. What can we... Oh my. I am not going to do that. How far out could we... Alright, I have to. Alright. Perfect. That's a truck. Let's put everything back. It looked way better as it was before. Can bring that front end up. Wow. Let's face it, right about there. Maybe a little taller here. That's about perfect for what I'm going for. Keep that as is. Bring this up a little bit. Right about there. Is that all I can really do? That seems to be about the extent of my modification. For color here, We're going to keep the trim that color there, that kind of anthracite. I've been playing around with colors and making some new colors here and there, including Blasphemy Blue, which I really like, and this other one I haven't actually named yet. It's a brighter orange, has some red in it. Kind of like it. But I think on this one we're going to run... No, not a Nardo. Do we run a Nardo? No, that's too obvious. Blue's kind of nice. Ooh, put some white stripes on this. This could look damn good. Arctic white. Yellow! Black's too easy. Green. You know what? I like this blue. We'll go with this blue here just to see what it feels like at the end. We are going to switch over the wheels. We're going to run in aluminum instead of a steel. I just think the aluminum looks better overall. No, just give me freaking black here. My gosh. Give me that standard black. Alright. Fixtures. I will be back in a little bit. And there we have it, folks. That is the final completed build. Side exit exhaust. It's somewhat modified, but overall, it's not too bad. Today we're going to start a new make. We're going to call this the Canuck. And we'll call it the Toy Hauler. I don't know why, it just seems like a good name for it. The Canuck Toy Hauler. And yes, I'm calling it a Canuck because I found what appears to be some sort of elk or moose. I don't know. I don't really care. So we're going to change this over. It's still going to be a 4.8 liter V8, but we're going to change the engine's name to the Horton 4.8 liter V8. There we go. We're going to go all Canadian with this. Even though I am not Canadian in the least, we're going to stick with it. Overall, I think it's a decent looking truck. Nothing overly complicated. Lined things up as best I could here. Kept this kind of empty right here. I thought it fit it. Couple of fog lights. Smaller grill down here because, let's face it, this thing's got a V8 in it. It's not exactly designed for it. Yeah, a little bit of extra cooling might help out. And in the future, if I decide to turbo this, it's a nice spot for an intercooler vent, huh? I like how it turned out. Kept everything kind of matching. Tried to keep it as realistic to the time period as I could, and I think it turned out pretty well overall. No number plate up front. Let's add it. It needs a number plate up front. We all know that. We're going to go with the flat guy. Oh! Shit. Undo. There we go. All fixed. It's pretty good right there. We'll stick with it. Let's move on. This is, of course, going to be four-wheel drive. Not all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Actually, you know what? No, let's make it all-wheel drive. This will be... It'll be a full-time four-wheel drive, an auto four-wheel drive. Advanced automatic. 6-speed? We'll make it a 5-speed. For the power, that seems about perfect. 680 is far too long. We'll cut this down to like 473? 421. Like a 426 will work. Spacing will keep as is. I like that. 42, 65, 94. Yeah, that's not bad. If I brought it down, yeah, it's going to be too much. 60 looks good. Right around 44. We'll run a viscous LSD, nothing overly fancy. Radial. Run some hard long lives. Let's run 225s all around on this thing. 235s? I can go up to 235s on the front. I'll make the rears 235s as well. Let's get a little more tire diameter on this thing. Keep it 15s, yeah. Bring the rears out a little bit, but keep them inside that fender well, like right there. Of course, that'll change a little bit once I get my height adjusted. We'll hit that when we come to it. Brakes, we're going to run vented disc, 2 piston up front with a 10-inch. We're going to run solid disc, 1 piston in the rear with a 10-inch as well. Keep pad type as is. And bring this to the front a little bit more, like a 65 to 35. That'll work. This one's not going to be an off-roader. It is going to be a little higher than this, but it's not going to be an off-roader. That's for the future. This is more of a street build. So everything here is going to be pretty standard. We'll bring the cooling airflow up a little bit and the brake airflow up a little bit. It's just not meant for anything. I can add an active wing for what it's worth. I do technically have a rear spoiler on the deck, on the tailgate. Shouldn't really do anything, but it might. We're going to make this a bench. We're going to run a standard basic infotainment, nothing special. We'll go to run a variable hydraulic, or on traction and ABS, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And standard 10s will work in terms of safety. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, because I can go for comfort and off-road ability. I think that's what I'll do. I'll keep the sportiness down. I don't know, maybe I should go more all around, something like an air ride. Air ride's good. The sportiness, the off-road takes a hit in the air ride. Active sport's not bad. Active comfort's overall the best. We'll go with air ride. We'll keep it adaptive just to make it somewhat comfortable to drive. We are going to go with off-road sways. Active sways. We could go with active sways. But I think what I'll do is I'll actually stick with a semi-active. I'll go with a semi-active. Keep them a little better. At the end of the day, it's still kind of a shitty little truck. But it's going to be kind of more useful. If I drop this down. Drivability's better, that's why. Hydropneumatic is what we'll go with, I guess. Keep it semi-active, yeah. Everything looks good there. We'll go utility. Off-road. Yikes, okay. Normal. Comfort. Maybe I'll stick with like a comfort preset on this one. What does my fast steering look like? So we can turn a little bit at 100, which is probably good. I like comfort. No one else does, though. What do we got here? Rear tires are wide. Screw you. I don't really care. I'll keep this at 28. Why not? It kind of looks right. Go back to suspension. We're on what? We'll stick with comfort. It just looks more realistic. What do we got here? Front brake force is low. I don't really care. Let me get this figured out here. And here we have it, the final outcome. Top speed of 130, which honestly feels pretty good. So we should hit 130 in 4th gear and have all of 5th gear left over. I like that. It's a nice overdrive. Final drive is now 445 because of the tire size. I still like that though. 45, 16% wheel spin, kind of like that. It seems okay. At the same time, so does that. You know what, we don't really need that. 454? You know what, I like 454. A throwback to the old V8s, why not? Everything there looks good. Anything new? Just engine bay quite full. Nobody seems to really care too much about that. I think we're ready to go ahead and transfer this over to Beam and see how she drives. Hopefully pretty good. I tried to make this somewhat realistic of a build. It is all-wheel drive, so that should help out a lot, but let's give it a shot, shall we? And we are back, and nothing seems to want to work the way I was hoping. But it sounds freaking great. Listen to that. Damn, that sounds good. I can do a little bit of minor off-roading. Nothing crazy, though. That's a wall. That's a tree. Now, I'm curious what the acceleration feels like. Because it does sound like a beautiful, beautiful V8. And it is an advanced auto, so it's going to be somewhat limited on its ability to really launch, but that's 0 to 60 in like 4.5 seconds. It does slow down a bit after that, but still, for a pretty basic pickup, that's not too bad. Now the real question is, how does it handle? And for that, we're going to have to come up here on the track itself. We're going to test out the brakes and the turning right here on this corner. It's a fairly high speed entry corner. Brakes aren't bad. They could definitely be better, but they're usable, which is an upgrade compared to what I normally do on this game. Usually, I need to fix something here. There we go. Usually my brakes in this game are kind of crap. I do feel like I should be running like a sequential or a manual here, just for a little more overall control. But it transitions pretty nicely. Overall, I kind of like it. It drives really well. Compared to some of the other vehicles I've made, at least. But I have made a couple of really good drivers. One of which, weirdly enough, is basically a Corvette. Oh no, I lost some accessories. What we're going to do is we're going to get back up here on this road. We're going to reset. There's a little rally course up here I want to take this on. Just kind of test it out and see what it can do. Oh. And let's go ahead and reset this right here where we're at. Let's head to this rally course. And then after this, I think we'll head over to the dirt track. You know what? I'll enter the quote-unquote rally course right here. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Drop it into sport mode here. We'll run it in drive. Why not? Take it over this jump. See how the suspension handles. Overall, pretty well. I've definitely dealt with worse over these jumps. Yeah, that's pretty good overall. Slider in here. It is a little bit of a longer body that I'm used to running on this track. But I also haven't made anything specifically for this track yet. Ooh, she likes to slide a little bit. That's good. I'm never going to make that jump. Alright, and I think what we're going to try now, I want to do a couple of cookies in this scene. How burnouts and donuts work out in it. That's a wall. Oh, I creamed the poor thing. Let's get this thing sideways here. Ooh, it might not want to do actual burnouts. It does kind of like the slide, but it doesn't want to do any actual donuts. Okay. I think from here, I want to go see how it performs on an oval dirt track. And we may as well drive there because, well, it's another good test for this thing. A little bit more of a street driving test. Throw it in here. Yeah, I think a manual could do this thing a lot of justice. Or a sequential. Honestly, a dual clutch would be a blast, but that's a little too modern for one of these. Ooh, throw it over there. It's pretty planted overall. Ah, boom. Perfect. Throw in a new home point there. And please bear in mind, I do play on keyboard. I don't have a controller set up. This is all keyboard controls here. Take it up the long way. I'm not going to take the shortcut up here. Yeah, I don't need that anyway. It's just extra weight. Alright, let's see what it can do here. This has been kind of a go-to test because it kind of tests everything. Your any sort of negative torque, your overall torque, your general steering ability, and your brakes. And you kind of need some decent speed to be able to go around this track. Or that works too. That wasn't too bad. I kind of got pretty close to the wall, but I was able to keep it off. Yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby at all. I think that is gonna end it for this one, though. If you do enjoy these and you would like to see more, please remember to hit that like button down below. Leave a comment if you'd like to see anything specific. I do enjoy building on this game, and I'm enjoying the more realistic builds right now. But I do kind of want to go and try to make just a quarter-mile monster. Something like 2,000 horsepower, maybe 2 gears, and see how that works out for us. But anyway, folks, that is going to be it. Thank you all so very much for watching. And until then, enjoy this jump. We'll see you next time. As always, take it easy.